Hi everyone, welcome to the July collection spotlight. I'm very excited because we have a lot of new products to share with you, 4 different collections. 2 of them are kind of summer, definitely coastal themed, and the other 2 are Christmas collections. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. I do have a bunch of cards to share too, and I'm hoping at the end of this we can create, even though there's a lot to show you, I'm hoping by the end we can create an actual card with some of the products from one of the collections. So I'm going to go ahead and change my view. There we go, to get to the desktop. Let's move that out of the way. We're going to start with one of the coastal collections. This is the Summer by the Shore. Let me grab some of the products here. There we go. And this one right here is called the Banner Days set. So this set comes either you can get just the clear stamp set, or you can do the Stampin' Cut, which you can see here it says that has the dies for the set in the back. The dies will cut out these cute banners that you can stamp a whole bunch of different sentiments inside of them. This one here, let's just read some of them because I think they're so cute, and lots of different types of occasions. The world is your oyster, perfect for some of the other products that you'll see in this collection. You're a treasure, I love that one. I use that one a ton. Wish you were here, so cute, really good again for the next product I'm going to show you. I think, at least I think it is. And then sending birthday wishes, again, a really wonderful one. Some friendships are timeless. It's been too long. I mean, there's tons of sentiments, tons of different sentiments in this, on this clear stamp. And these could really be used for lots of different themes. Yes, this was intended to go with these coastal products that I'll show you in this Summer by the Shore collection, but I can really see this being used with a bunch of different products. It's just basically just a banner stamp set. So pretty versatile, I feel like. So let's look at the next product. Next up, hello, welcome. Oh, I'm so glad you've been enjoying creating with him, Kathy. So this is a die set included in, or part of, I should say rather, the Summer by the Shore collection. This one is called Message in a Bottle. And as you can see, it creates this super cute bottle shape. It's very large. It can be your focal point of your card. You also have a kind of letter or actual note that you can put inside your bottle. There's a couple additional images or dies that you can include that are included: a cork, some twine, and flower and leaves. So really cute little set. I love this one. It's so fun, especially fun to play with this die set and the Banner Days sentiment sets. They just play together so nicely. Hi, welcome. Isn't it cute? Let me show you some cards with these 2 sets together because, like I was saying before, they really work so well together. First up is this one, and a lot of these cards I'm sharing are from our creative team, which I'm so grateful that I get to share them. And this time I'm really excited because they sent these cards in for our catalog. And so I actually have them in-house. So that's really fun for me because I love touching them and feeling them and just seeing the artistry that all of our card makers on our creative team put into this. And for me, it's a special thrill. So I hope it comes out on camera too, that you can see how beautiful these are. This one's by Karen, and I love it. She's always so creative with how she uses these sentiments. And she combined a bunch of sentiments from the Banner Days stamp set. And she chose, this is a good thing to point out too, she chose to actually not use there's a stamp for the banner. So you can stamp the banner and have like an outline, or you can just choose to use the dies. That's what I was looking for. The dies, you see, just die cut it out and then stamp on that die cut your sentiment. And that's what Karen did here with a bunch of them. You are magic. Can't wait to hug you. Some friendships are timeless. The world is your oyster. You're a treasure. I love that. I love how she put them all together and made it really, really fun and like heartfelt kind of personalized message with a bunch of these ones. They just worked really well together. So cute, and love the bottle in the background. And then I have another one by Karen, and just to make sure, yeah, again, she used a bunch of those sentiments, kind of made her focal point the sentiments. And you'll see here these shells. Aren't those so adorable? That's another die set that's part of the Summer by the Shore collection. I will get to that in just a moment, but I wanted to show you this because it's another really great way of using that sentiment set. And here you can see this card here, actually in the flesh, sort of. And really simple, just kind of die cut it out of colored cardstock, but really pretty, and again, really great with the sentiments from that Banner Day stamp set. And then we have more, and this one is amazing. This one's by Natasha. So clever. Do you guys see? Can you see that reflection on the bottle? She used some sort of acetate layer here. She even used a little bit of vellum at the top, so it has this wonderful kind of see-through quality. Oh, Natasha's so good. Very creative. I love the textures. And I don't know if you guys can tell, that background is stamped with these two banner dies just repeatedly. And it's such a beautiful background. It even looks like waves. I'm blown away. So creative, beautiful. Love how she doubled up the flower there. Makes it fuller and so pretty. A really wonderful card. And then this one's by Sika. And look at that. She used the bottle die to kind of create a window in her card. Filled it with that note or that letter. And bunch of flowers. Oh, I just love how pretty the flowers are, kind of all flowing or kind of, I guess, nestled on top of each other. Really, really pretty. And then look at that sand. This is actually our sand embossing powder, which I'm obsessed with. And it looks so good down here at the bottom. Very cute, and love that it's been too long on her tag. Again, so perfect. Those sentiments work so well. And then here's another one. This one you'll see, again, a window kind of created. So that's a fun thing to think of. Neither myself or Sika actually did this, but think about shaker cards. You could create a shaker card with this die set, and how fun that would be. So easy. Instead of filling it with, well, you could fill it with die cuts and your shaker components, actually. So very fun. And again, these shells I'll show you in just a bit. I haven't quite got there yet. And then here is another one with the shells, these little accents, dark, dark, dark background. I really like how that one turned out. I have so many. And then here's my last one with the bottle, with the message in the bottle die set. And again, you can see that gorgeous sand embossing powder at the bottom of not only the background, but inside her bottle as well. And I love that touch. Who did this one? Kelly. So good. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the background here is a letterpress and foil plate, which I will show you in just a minute too, but you're going to get kind of a sneak peek of it here. This is that debossing technique with it, just so adding a little bit of texture. Very visible in person, probably a little hard to capture it on camera, but it's so cute. Okay, so let's move on to our next product, which is the Sophisticated Shells die set. So this one you saw on several cards already. Very, very, very pretty shells. Most of them are just 2 layers. But some of them are 3 layers, like this shell is 3, that one's 3. But most of them are just 2 layers, and they just look so cute with just colored cardstock. Really, really, really pretty. I love this die set. And let's start with this stunning one by Karen. You know what? I'm going to move some of these out of the way, actually, so you can really appreciate how beautiful these cards are. Oops. Disaster. Things fell. No surprise, really. But look at this masterpiece. She created a stunning wreath with all of those shells. So pretty. She even did a little bit of ink blending here and there to add even more depth and interest. And it's just such a pretty card. I love the way this one turned out. And then we have a real simple one by Natasha. Very beautiful background. I love this idea. I never would have thought of creating a background with these die cuts. And I think this turned out so pretty. Plus her palette is stunning. Gorgeous. And then here's that one you saw on the packaging. Almost not quite like a grid, but sort of like a grid. Kind of created my own focal point with just the shells. And very simple, and I love the way it turned out. Again, those shells are so pretty. And then we have this one by Kelly. And a simpler kind of way of making those shells a focal point of your card. Only 3 shells here, and then your sentiment. Very clever. Beautiful. And now we're going to move on to the last product in this collection, which is the letterpress plus foil plate. And that one, or it is called, I should say, the Scattered Shells Letterpress plus Foil Plate. So it's a very big plate. You can see it's intended for an A2 card front. So it's actually a tiny bit larger than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And you have all these beautiful shells. This foils beautifully. Of course, it better pressed beautifully as well. Very fun one to watercolor, which I do have an example of that. But just great with colored ink or really any foil. It's such a pretty plate. So let me show you some of the cards with that. So you did see this one already where Kelly, I'm trying to capture the texture. You can kind of see it. Just did some dry embossing with that plate. But here's one where it's just inked up onto a background. You're not too late, Jennifer. Welcome. And isn't it so pretty? Love it, love it, love it. Very simple, but I love all the lines, all those beautiful lines and all the shells. I just think that's such a pretty look. And who did this one? This one's by Sika. She's so good at like kind of clean and simple designs. And here is an example of it foiled. Look at that. Now this foil has like, I think this is one of those confetti foils. So it actually has like a pattern in it or some, I don't want to say texture because it's flat, but it does have like a textured look. But look at how beautiful it's foiled. Foiled and then paired with a simple ink blended ombre kind of background. Love it. This flower again is from the Message in the Bottle die set. Just stunning. So pretty. And here it is foiled with some kind of silver foil for the background on just some colored cardstock. And isn't it just the prettiest? I mean, so good. It looks like jewelry. I don't know what, I mean, obviously the metal is making it look like jewelry, but I think the fine lines just makes me think of jewelry. It looks so like luxurious, just stunning. And this one I have to give credit by Sika, of course, so gorgeous. And then here I had to show you another kind of better press. And this one's like a little bit of a technique, sort of, just a small, better pressed and then just watercolored. So a little bit of watercoloring. So it's a really fun one to do some simple watercoloring. And you could, this one's more controlled watercoloring but I could see this with more splashy, just maybe almost just a wash all over. Lots of fun things I think you can do with this better press plate. So pretty. Thank you, Jennifer. So that's everything. All the products from the Summer by the Shore stamp or Summer by the Shore collection, the Scattered Shells Letterpress plus Foil Plate, the Sophisticated Shells die set. Again, this is a layering set. Really cute. I love those shells. Those shells, if I had to pick one product for myself to get out of everything in all of these collections, I know this is a big claim, but I love these shells so much. I had so much fun playing with them. It would be that for me. And then this Message by the Message in a Bottle die set. So good. I love the idea of using it for a window and creating shaker cards too, in addition to just being your focal point. And then last but not least, the Banner Days stamp set. Again, you can get it just the clear, or you can get the Stamp and Cut with the dies. Okay, so we're on to collection number 2. You know, there's a lot to show you, so I am going a little fast, but I want to make sure I show you all the products and we don't take too long, which I have a tendency to go too long a little bit. All right, so the next one is also a coastal theme. This one's called Seaside Blooms. Grab the products here. We're going to start with this super pretty stamp set. This is the Summer Bouquet stamp set. You have a large focal image here of this girl holding a beautiful bouquet of flowers. You have several sentiments. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentiments. I love the scripty font of these. Thinking of you, thanks a bunch, you're the best. Sending birthday blooms, great one. And get well soon. So great variety of sentiments for lots of different kind of card themes. And this also comes in a Stamp and Cut. So you have the 4x6 clear, and then on the back you'll see all the dies. And there's a bunch of dies for this, and that is because it's intended to kind of be layered up. So you have a die that cuts out the whole kind of dress and legs. And then you have dies that cut out the arms, and then a die that cuts out the actual flowers. So you can kind of stack this image up to create a really pretty focal point with lots of dimension, which I love because it's kind of a simpler for a focal point, but it's really cool with that ability to stack it up with the die cuts. And of course, dies for all of the sentiments. And there's even a die for this ribbon here. So you can add that to your bouquet. Super cute set. Let me show you some cards created with this. First up is this one here. And this one you can actually see, I'll hold it to the camera so you get a better look, but you can actually see all the die cuts. They're all stacked up. Can you see? Let's see. All the layers. So her dress and feet are cut out on one layer, then her arms with the bouquet. And then lastly, we have the top layer of just the flowers. So some really pretty dimension, gorgeous shadow. And I love how this fills the space of your card fronts. Such a pretty card. Great for weddings, great for just general card, get well cards, like, or birthday cards, I think, as well. Really, really pretty set. And let me show you some other cards. Here is a beautiful one. Let's see who made this one. Charlene. Gorgeous coloring. I love how she colored in the kind of folds a little bit of the dress. So pretty. Beautiful. Has a vintage look to it, I feel like. And then this last one is a stunning one by Mindy. Love that dark, dark, bold background and the white dress. This would be perfect for a wedding. Beautiful, beautiful card. Love it. So that's a really pretty, pretty set. And again, this one's called Summer Bouquet. So let's move on to our next product in the Seaside Blooms collection. Next up, we have, change the order here a little bit. And let's get this back straight. There you go. Next up, we have a Heroscape. Yay! Love, love, love Heroscapes. We just had one in our July Hero Studio card kit of the month. A really awesome on the road kind of driving theme, card trip themed Heroscape. This time we have this beautiful Coastal Blooms Heroscape. This is a stunning Heroscape. It stamps a, and I'll show you a picture here of it in just a second, or rather a card. It stamps a beautiful layered looking, or has lots of depth, fence with 4 additional layers, 2 for the flowers, 2 for the leaves of the hydrangeas. Super pretty. I love hydrangeas. They're one of my favorite flowers. I know a lot of people love them too. That also, oh, I saw this on demo once. Oh, that's awesome. This morning. Absolutely stunning. Oh, I'm so glad they demoed it. It's such a great one. It's such a great set. Very, very fun. This also comes in Stampin' Cut, so there are coordinating dies if you wanted to get that. And I didn't say this earlier. I apologize. If you're new to Hero Arts, we do not sell our coordinating dies separately. So if you know you potentially want the dies for your clear stamp set, you must get the Stampin' Cut. That's the only way to get the stamp and the dies. And you can see the dies will cut out that hydrangea. Actually, you can see the picture here. It cuts out that hydrangea once it's all stamped out. And then you have these additional dies to cut out the sentiments and the images. There's additional images in the set. There's a pail, a shovel, some sandals, a shell. So there's some additional images to kind of fill your scene. There's even birds, which I always love when there's birds. It's great for filling in the sky a little bit, so it feels not so, everything's so weighted at the bottom. It kind of balances things out a little bit with the birds. So really, really great Heroescape set. Let's see some cards because it's so pretty. And I have only 2 to show you, sadly. We're going to start with this one here, which you saw on the packaging. Look at how it looks stamped out. It's so big and beautiful. I love the way the fence looks. So cool. And look at how the die, the coordinating die, cuts out that negative space between some of those, oh geez, posts, maybe, in the fence. So pretty. I love that detail. Those little details really get me. And it's just some simple, I didn't do anything special here. No like ombre inking or anything. I may have done a little bit on the leaves, but the rest of it's basically one color for the base of the flowers and then another color for the detail in the flowers. One color for the base of the fence and then another color for the detail of the fence. Combined it with a little, created my own like sand, though I wish I had used the sand embossing powder because that would have been really cool. And then just some colored cardstock for the sky. Filled it with some of those images from that set. Such a great set. I love the way these hydrangeas look. They're so pretty. And then we have this one here by Mindy. And you'll see in the background here, this is a layering stencil, which I'll show you next. But she has it down here below. Then she has her beach and then ocean and sky. So really fun how it can be, you know, like the foreground of your card and then make your kind of your background more the focal point. Or it could basically just be your whole card. The whole focal point of your card is just that layer. It is so pretty and big. You know, she only used a small portion of it. And here on my card, I used the whole thing so you could see it outright. But really, really, really pretty set. And love how she framed here with the nesting arch dies. That's so cute. All right, and let me show you the stencil now. This is the color layering Harbor stencil. There are 3 stencils in this set, and it creates this really pretty, it feels very East Coast to me, kind of beach scene, and I really love it. I just think it's so pretty. I love the sky and the clouds. Really be awesome to see this with different blending, different palettes for like a sunset. I would love that. Different blues for the ocean would be so pretty too. So really great layering stencil set. Let me show you some cards with that so you can get kind of a better idea. You saw Mindy's here. Let's hold it up again so you can see. And she chose to not include the boats. So I think that's really cool. Hi, Rosie. Rosie actually used this on her with her July Heroes. Oh gosh, July card kit. She created a card and she actually used this in the background and it looked so good. So I love how she used it in a totally different place and it worked beautifully. And this one, I wanted to point out real quick that Mindy chose not to do the boats. She just left them out. So great, really awesome that you can do that. Rosie was an awesome sneak peek. I loved it. I loved it. I love being able to kind of be like, oh, wait a minute. And then they were already up anyways on the site to see. So no worries at all. It was a fun way to kind of, oh, wait a minute. I see that. And let's show you this one here. This one, I did do the boats, use some beautiful teals for the water, ink blended a sky blue kind of gradation for the sky and did some sand. Very fun, and made that whole stencil the whole card was made with that stencil except for the sentiment, which is again from the Coastal Blooms Heroescape. Hi, welcome. So a really pretty set, stencil set. And then here we have this one. This one's so stunning. This is by Charlene. And you can see what I was talking about kind of earlier, playing with your palette and your gradations and creating, really changing the feel of your scene just by changing those colors. This definitely has like a more dusk kind of feel, and I love it. I think it's stunning. And this sentiment is from that first set I showed you, the summer bouquet, with that beautiful girl holding the flowers. Again, look at how beautiful those sentiments are in that set. I love the sentiments from that set. So really, really pretty. Now there's one more product in the Seaside Blooms collection, and this one you guys are going to lose your minds. Charlene's Northwestern Sky. Of course I should have known that, since she knows what those, and you do too, Rosie. You guys know what the beach sunsets look like. I do not know. I only know desert sunsets. This last product is the stunning layered Hydrangea die set. It is gorgeous. This is a large die set. It creates a large hydrangea that can be your focal point. Let's turn it over so you can see. I mean, you guys, look at how beautiful it is. It's such a pretty flower. I'm in love with it. It's gorgeous, all layered up. So, 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 so pretty. Let me show you some cards with this beautiful die set. We got this one here, which is actually on the packaging. So pretty. And this is just 3 different colors of colored cardstock, 3 different blues, a dark, a medium, and a light. And it just has so much depth and texture. I love it. I know, Teresa, I know. This one's beautiful. It's a beautiful die set. That's why I kind of saved it for last, because it's like, oh, this one's the showstopper. It is so big and gorgeous, right? It's so pretty. And here's a really beautiful card too. This is from Jennifer or Jen. So, so beautiful. Really, really pretty. So a really, really pretty hydrangea die set. I love this one. And you have a lot of flexibility. You could do all 3 layers if you want. You could just have 2 layers. That's the nice thing about this die set too, is once you start playing with it, I love the idea of doing an entire background with just the flowers. Oh, I love that idea. And then there's a lot of individual flowers that you can add too if you wanted to even make it more layers, more dimensional. But you could just do 2, just this base and then this layer, and it'd be beautiful. But if you want to like step it up even more, you could cut out these flowers and add even more layers. So I love that. And these flowers could be individual all on their own. They don't even have to be necessarily used with the base. They could be more used for just little accents here and there. So I love this die set. It's so pretty. All right, let's move on to another collection. Okay, so we just finished our 2. Actually, let me go through one more time, just like I did last time. Go through all the products in the Seaside Bloom. So we have the layered hydrangea die set. And where did I put? Here we go. We have some color layering harbor stencils. Next up, we have the Coastal Blooms Heroescape. And last is the Summer Bouquet. And again, Stampin' Cut versions, and they just contain the dies. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, I wonder where you saw it, Jennifer. I mean, these came out technically yesterday, so there might have been some other places who were showing these products. All right, and we did do. I don't know if you followed us, but we went to Craft Utopia, and we shared these products there. So you may have seen some sneak peeks there. I even did a make and take at Craft Utopia with that die set, so possibly there. We've been sneaking them out a little bit here and there before we released them. All right, so we're now on to the 2 Christmas collections or 2 holiday collections, starting off with Candy Cane Season. This one's so pretty. I love it, love it, love it. We're going to start with this clear stamp set. This is the Candy Cane Swag stamp set. This is a stamp set for stampers for sure. When I saw this stamp set, I got so excited. I was like, yay! I love 2-step stamp sets. I love them so much. And this 2-step stamp set also has kind of more solid stamps as the base. And that just means you could do super fun things like partial inking to create gradations, or my personal favorite, use your ombre ink pads with these candy canes to create beautiful gradation candy canes. So fun. Also, you could do that on the bow. This is such a pretty set. I really love it. And this is so fun to play with. Such a fun one to play with. And of course, you could get just the clear, but there is a Stampin' Cut version of this, which includes the 4x6 Candy Cane Swag stamp set, but we also have the coordinating dies in the back that cut out all of those layers. So you can kind of build this really pretty, almost like a candy cane bouquet. And let me show you some cards created with this Candy Cane Swag stamp set. We have this one here where I did do just that. Used a couple different inks for the candy canes, and some inks for some greens, of course, for the kind of greenery. Stamped the bow in pinks. Kept it simple, but I really love the way it turned out. Do need to glue my bow down a little bit better. But it's super fun and pretty. And then we have this one. This one's stunning. I'm obsessed with this card. Kelly created this one. It's so, so pretty. She combined vellum in the back and just makes a soft little pretty, very sweet looking kind of background. A little bit of white splatter with our white speckle, and just so, so pretty. Love her red bow too. That's gorgeous. So such a pretty set. And then the creative team went all in and made so many beautiful cards. This one's so creative by Karen. Look at this. I love the green candy canes. And she really took a creative approach here where she die cut the candy canes out of colored green cardstock and then only stamps the stripes. So she didn't actually use the 2 stamps, the 2 layers, which I think is so cool and awesome. And that's another fun thing you can do with these 2-step stamp sets, is you don't always have to use both layers. And I love the way her candy canes look. It looks very modern and clean and simple, just so pretty. And she did the same kind of idea for the bow, die cut out of white and then just stamped the detail layer for the bow in red. And I thought that was such a great solution. So pretty. Love it. Brilliant. And I actually have more to show you, I think. Yes, we get to some more later. Actually, we'll just jump ahead and show you this one here. And this one I think Rachel did. And Rachel did kind of the same idea where she die cut it out of white cardstock and then just stamped the base layer, or the detail layer rather, in colored inks. And I thought it was so pretty. Different like candy cane colors. I love how she positioned them here, or did her card laid out with the candy canes on the left side, and then use some of the greenery pieces to kind of embellish here where her sentiment is. And we will get to that sentiment. Do not worry. This sentiment is so awesome. Okay, so that's the Candy Cane Swag. Now we're going to move on to a Little Merrynt. This is the Little Merrynt stamp set. It's a 4x6 clear stamp set. A bunch of sentiments in this set. You have holiday vibes and peppermint skies. A little Merrynt never hurt nobody. I mean, the sentiments are so fun. Sweet but twisted. Candy canes. Coal, so you can kind of check which ones fit. And then this sentiment, which you saw several times used already, says, wishing you sweetness and all good things this holiday season. So some great sentiments. But as you can see, they're not just sentiments in this set. This is also a 2-step stamp set. You have a base layer for these candy canes and even these peppermints. And then you have a detail layer that you stamp on top of the base layer for the peppermints and the candy canes. So very, very fun to play with those, create some backgrounds, some little accents. So fun. I love this set. And of course, we have just the clear, the 4x6 clear of the A Little Merryment, but we also have the Stampin' Cut, which has the 4x6 clear and the dies in the back. And the dies cut out all of the images as well as all the sentiments. So all of them are all of them can be cut out, even the candy cane or coal kind of bullet or checkbox sentiment there. So great, great set. Very fun to play with. I have some cards to show you with that. Got this one here where you see I stamped out almost, did I do all of the peppermints and candy canes? I think I did. I did all the peppermints and candy canes. Kind of just framed my sentiment, which again is that holiday vibes and peppermint skies. Super cute. Very simple, but I love the way it turned out. Let's grab another one. This one is so cute. And they just flipped the sentiments, and I never even thought about that. And I thought that was brilliant. Peppermint skies and holiday vibes. So smart. You could just flip them around. And again, they didn't use both layers for the set. They did for the candy canes. The candy canes are stamped, the base layer is stamped in light pink, and then the detail in a darker red. But for these peppermints, they just die cut it out of white and stamped, or probably stamped first and then die cut them rather, but just die cut them or just stamp them in colored ink, just the detail layer. So that was really cute. This one is by Rachel, gorgeous card. The fonts are so fun. I know, I really love, we have a lot new, been using a lot more, more modern and newer fonts, and I've really been enjoying them. And then this card is stunning. Who created this card? I don't know. I don't know who made this card, but I love it so much. Again, she kept the sentiment the same way, the same orientation that it is here on the stamp set. But like you saw on here, you can flip-flop them around. You can say peppermint skies at the top or holiday vibes, or you can even use some of these other parts. The die cuts out these parts separately, so you can choose to rearrange them or only use part of it. You could definitely use just holiday vibes. Absolutely. And love the red and the pink on this. I just love it. And love how she kind of framed everything. She kind of mirrored it or made it symmetrical. So cute. This background was actually created with a stencil, so she didn't actually stamp this. So that's awesome because you can make this very quick and easy with the layering stencils, which I'll get to in just a moment here. I have one more to show you, two more to show you for the A Little Merryment set. We got this cute one here. Love the landscape orientation. She used some of those candy canes from the peppermint or the candy cane swag stamp set. And you guys, these candy canes are not this long, but she cut them and then just had them poking out. And then that's so smart. They look like they're nice long candy canes. That's so clever. Love the green. Love the pop of green. So pretty with the emerald ink. Really pretty. This one was by Karen. Karen really creates some stunning cards. And then this one, I don't know who it's from. We don't have the name on the back. Another super cute one. I pulled this one because they used a different sentiment that we didn't see. A Little Merryment never hurt nobody. Very cute. Stencils in the background. Love the peppermints. So cute. Okay. Let's move on to the stencils since we've seen them so many times already. Let me grab them. Where did I? Oh, here. Everything's over here. We'll jump to those. So the stencils are called Candy Cane Toss-Up Stencils. There are 3 stencils in this set. And these are kind of color layering, but they don't actually they can all be layered on top of each other, but they're not necessarily intended. I'm going to pull them out so you can see them a little bit better. You have a base candy cane layer in your stencil set, which is this one here. So you'd start with this stencil, and it even says 1. You'd start with that. And then you can choose after you ink blend the base which kind of stripes you want to have. You have a choice of either these wider, thicker stripes or these thinner stripes here. And you could just choose to use one with the candy canes with the base like that, or you can actually do all three. You can do all three and have like double stripes, super stripy candy canes. So very cool set, and it makes that beautiful background so fast. Oh my gosh, Rosie, you have to have it. You need that. We have to get that. Yeah, you need that. It's so good. Let's see if I can put it back in here without messing up the bag. I promised I wouldn't mess anything up. I shouldn't make promises I can't keep. Okay, I got it in there. I got it in there. All right, let's look at, you've already seen bunches of samples with it already. Like it was on this card here. She ink blended the base in a darker green and then used glitter paste for her detail layer for her stripes. Love that. You saw it here on this card. She chose the wide stripes. This one, have to pull this one out, this beauty again. She ink blended her candy canes in red and then did, I think this is paste. This is Hero Paste with the thin stripe. Oh, we're going to have a visitor here with the thin stripe stencil. Oh, Oliver's got to come and make sure he's made his presence in the video. Super cute, but I have even a couple more samples. Oops. Actually, before I show you the other samples, let me show you the die, because these other cards I show you will have the die set on them too. And this die is amazing. I love it so much. It's a sentiment die. It says Candy Cane Season, obviously. It's just a simple two-piece die set. It's so good. He's a good guy. He's a good boy. He likes to just come and be like, what are you doing? All right. And then he's over here now sitting on my die cutting machine. So really, really great sentiment. I love the font. I love the angle. I love all the little negative spaces that are cut out between the letters. Makes it look so, so good. And let me show you some cards. Let's start with this one here. We have this card, which you saw right there in the packaging. Simple. I just die cut the base out of white, and then I die cut the word dies, or the letter dies really, out of red and pink, and just kind of went back and forth and swapped, made a pattern. And I love the way it looks, like a candy cane kind of. So easy, very, very fun. Then we have this stunning card here. She did their background with the stencils and used the sentiment with just red and white cardstock. So fun. Yes, I love the font too, Cassie. It's so cute. And then we have this beautiful card, and you can see some of that candy cane swag images in the around, kind of almost like a reef around. Oh, that just gave me an idea. I should create like a reef with that set. You definitely could do it and just have like the candy canes down here on the side is like an accent. Oh, I love that idea. But with that sentiment in the center, so pretty. It's such a great die. And then we have this one here. Let's see, who made this one? We got, this one was Rachel. This is Natasha. And then this one here is Kelly. I love how soft and pretty. And she went with those thin stripes. I think I love the thin stripe candy canes the mostest. They're just so cute. And finished it with a couple of those like holly leaves, which are actually from the Candy Cane Swag stamp set. So really, really awesome set. Let's go one last time through everything, and then we'll move on to the final collection. We had Candy Cane Season Die Set, Candy Cane Toss-Up Stencils. Sorry, Oliver. We have a little Merrynt, little Merrynt stamp set and Stamp and Cut. And then last, the Candy Cane Swag stamp set and Stamp and Cut. So that is the Candy Cane Season collection. Our last collection is also a Christmas collection. It is called Crackin Christmas, and this one's so fun. It has a nutcracker slash cracker theme, like the crackers that more typically for like UK holiday, UK Christmas celebration, where you pull them and they pop open. That kind of that theme. First up, we have the A Little Nuts stamp set and Stamp and Cut. So again, it's a 4x6 clear. You have a nutcracker image. Here you can see the crackers. There's even some pecans, some nuts, some fun stars and accents. I love that you have the pop word right there. And then a bunch of really, really fun sentiments. I love these. We have hope your day is all it's cracked up to be. Wonderful. Things get a little nuts around here during the holidays. So cute. Let's have a cracking Christmas. This one's my favorite. Son of a nutcracker. It's Christmas. Peace, love, and pecans. No pecan till Christmas. And nutcracker is my favorite. So very, very fun. Nutcracker season is my favorite. So very, very, very fun set. Yeah, I know, Rosie. And Rosie, I'm so glad you're here, Rosie, because I have some of your cards to share. They're so, so good. Rosie knocked it out of the park, as she always does, with this collection. Such a creative approach. First, I'll show you a couple of cards that feature the nutcracker, and then I'll show you like more straightforward, simple cards. And then I'll show you Rosie's beautiful creative cards. First, we have this one here, where we just had that nutcracker guy be the focal point. Stamp some of the stars from that set as little accents. He's just simply watercolored on a beautiful red background. Here he is again. This one is Copic colored. I love how he looks all Copic colored, just like a real like toy. Kind of reminds me of the Tin Soldier, that story. And then you have the pecans there, which were included in the set, stamped on the side or added on the side. And then who made this one? This one's Rachel. I love this. I love how she framed him up and then included some of the pecans and the crackers as well. She did use my favorite sentiment, son of a nutcracker. It's Christmas. Thank you, Rosie. And then here's Rosie's, such a creative card. She stamped the nutcracker, and this is such a brilliant way if you don't want to color something but still have lots of color. She stamped it on color cardstock, cut it down, and made this wonderful stripy, almost rainbow adjacent background with the nutcrackers on there. So clever. Love the landscape. We don't see that enough sometimes in card making, and it's just orientation for her cards. So cute. Oh, nutcracker is my favorite season. So good. Rosie, you're not alone. I don't always want to color either. Oh, Gretchen, isn't it so good? So clever. And wait till you see her second card that she created with this same color palette. Blew me away when I saw it in person. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And I have more. So we have this one by Kelly. So pretty. Just white heat embossed. Again, a similar idea to Rosie, but she die cut out her and did white heat emboss instead of black. But very fun. Love also how she did this in the background. It kind of broke up the space a little bit too. I would never have thought of that, and that's really clever. And then here we go. Here's Rosie's amazing card. Like, look at this, showstopper. So good. She used those crackers, again, stamped them on colored cardstock, so no coloring needed, and you're not missing it at all. And then I'm going to see if I can catch her at the light here. She stamped the snap and pop, which I didn't point out the snap. Here it is. There's snap, pop, and even pull, which will be handy in a minute. You'll see is helpful in a second here. But look at how great it looks. So pretty. I love that heat embossed texture in the background. Oh, I love this card, Rosie. It's so good. So, so, so good. Isn't it? It totally makes it. Love it. All right. So that, of course, is not all that's part of Crackin Christmas. We also have a very, very fun interactive set that's part of this collection. And I kind of have to show you all of it at once. I'm going to start off with this beautiful, or very cool, I guess this isn't beautiful. This part's cool. This is the Big Mouth Slider die set. So this die set creates the mechanism for a kind of pull tab slider card. It's very, very easy. There's just 3 dies in this set. So easy to put together. It is intended to work with the Big Mouth Nutcracker die set. So this beautiful set creates a A2 Nutcracker for your card front, but it actually can also be interactive with it when used with the Big Mouth Slider die set. And you have all these dies here to create this beautiful, really colorful Nutcracker guy. He's so cute. I love him. Let me show you some of the cards. You can get these separate, so you don't have to get the Big Mouth Slider if you don't intend to make any interactive cards. And like I said, it still will make a really awesome Nutcracker, even used without this piece. It just won't, his mouth won't open. This slider allows his mouth to open. But this die set, there's going to be more things coming for it. So you might want to get both. You may want to get both. And we do actually have it as a combo. Oh, this is the combo here. So this is just the Big Mouth die set, and this is the combo where it has the Nutcracker die here and the Big Mouth Slider die included. So you can get the bundle and get both. And I think you won't be disappointed, because the Nutcracker card, interactive card, is so cool and very easy. Yeah, see, Rosie says very easy. But this Big Mouth Slider die set, you guys, more things coming. More things coming. But before I get to, I've already gotten too ahead of myself, but let me show you some of the cards created with this set. Let's move these aside. Starting off with this super fun card by Rachel. This is not an interactive card. So here you can see the Nutcracker die set, the Big Mouth Nutcracker die set used just by itself without the interactive Big Mouth Slider dies used with it to make it his mouth open. And he looks so fun. He's so fun just all on his own. Fills your whole card. So this is all you need. You just need this Nutcracker set. And then, of course, maybe the sentiments from the A Little Nut stamp set, because they're so fun. Excuse me. And they pair so nicely with it. You have Let's Have a Crackin Christmas. And then we have this card. This one was by Mindy. Here you can see she did turn him into an interactive card. You just pull on his beard, and then his mouth opens to reveal the sentiment, which, again, the sentiment is from the A Little Nuts stamp set. Things get a little nuts around here during the holidays. So cute. Very fun. And, again, very easy to put together. And you don't have to put a sentiment inside. You could choose to put maybe the pecans, the pecans from the stamp set inside. It could be fun too. You could definitely play around with what gets revealed on that pull tab. And we have more. We have this one here, just showing kind of different color palettes. Let's Have a Crackin Christmas. So cool. And then here's our last one. And again, a different color palette. Yeah, you have to see it. See, Gretchen, isn't it awesome? It works so easy. Son of a Nutcracker. Guess who made this one? Me, because I like that sentiment so much. But very, very fun. Oh, yes, that's perfect. Minnie, I'm so glad you're here, and you reminded me. There is a whole video on Hero Art's YouTube channel Mindy put it together, and it's so good. Very, very well done. She actually creates this card here so you can see how easy it is actually to put this nutcracker together with the big mouth slider. It's very, very easy. So there you go. That is the last bit. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, what if you could put like a gift card or something fun inside there? Oh my gosh, that's a brilliant idea. Wouldn't that be fun? I thought about that. That could be really cool. You definitely, if you stacked it with more dimension, you could definitely tuck some things in here. That's something with both with my card and even Mindy's card. She just, the die, the Big Mouth Slider die, and again, you can watch Mindy's video if you, because I'm just going to explain it. I'm not going to put it together. Mindy's video over on Hero Arts YouTube channel. So right where you're at, she really does a great job, an amazing job putting, showing you how it goes together. But the die set has this die here to create your wall. So if you just die cut this several times, you would have you can create a thickness, and like, you know, just out of cardstock, you can stack it up as thick as you want it to be. So it could house something thicker, like some money or maybe even a gift card. But even if you didn't want to do that, I think it's nice that if you just do one layer, it works. Just one layer of cardstock works, because that's all this one is. One layer, just that one layer of wall, and it works beautifully. So very, very cool. Very easy, very fun. And again, more things coming for that Big Mouth Slider die. So it's a good one to have. All right. And I'll just real quick go back over through everything. It's not too much in this Kraken Christmas collection. We have the Big Mouth Nutcracker die set and Big Mouth Slider. You can, of course, get the bundle that has both the Nutcracker and the slider combined. Then we have the A Little Nuts stamp set and actually backwards, stamp set and Stampin' Cut. All right. We are just under an hour, so not so bad. I don't feel guilty about maybe making a card real quick. I think I'm going to use the Candy Cane Season. We're going to create a very simple card. It won't take very long at all. I've got some inks here. And I'm kind of thinking, like, what if I did all three of those candy cane stripes? Or I guess there's two stripes, but all three of the stencils. That's kind of what I'm thinking I want to do. So something a little different. And I apologize, my stencils are very, very, very dirty, so don't judge me too harshly. I didn't clean them because I forget to do that sometimes. But I'm going to line up my stencil one, or no, that's not stencil one. This one's stencil one. We're going to line up stencil one. And let's create our background on our card base here. I do have some tape. I did want to use my grip mat, but I washed it and it's in the kitchen, and that's just too far for me to walk right now. Let's get this a little bit more centered. There we go. But we can make tape work. Tape works just fine. All right, I'm going to start with my light color for my base, which is going to be cotton candy. And, you know, let's bake. Oh my gosh, can I talk? No, let's break the bank here. Really go all crazy and use one more piece of tape. Okay, let's blend this over. I just noticed that my candy canes are a little crooked. It'll be all right. It'll be okay. If it really bothers me, I guess I can trim it down. Okay. Layer 1 done. So easy. Look at those candy canes. So cute. And a lot of the creators, a lot of the cards I showed you, this is where for layer 2 is when they would incorporate some paste, like the white hero paste. But again, we're going to be a little different, and we're going to use all 3 stencils. You really only have to use 2, but we're going to try all 3. I've done this before, but it's been a while since I did it, and I want to see what all 3 look like. So we're going to move on to our next color, which is Azalea. This is a beautiful, beautiful pink. But I recently inked it up, and it's she's a little juicy. So I'm going to tap off some of my excess here. All right, we'll go over this with this beautiful Azalea. I've never tried, I'm now just reading your sets. I have never tried a gift card or cash, so it wasn't necessarily intended for that. I think it might be a little small to fit a gift card, but I definitely think if you folded some cash, you could fit it in that Nutcracker's mouth. Gift card, I'm not sure. Probably, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, it could go past up into his teeth a little bit. Just might be tricky to get out. That's the only thing. Might be tricky to get for the recipient. Oh, but what if it's attached to the pool tab? I think there's a possibility. I think there's a possibility there, but I have to like think it through. It's a really good idea too. All right, we're gonna stop there with the Azalea. Oh yeah, look at how cute they look already, you guys. I love them. They're so cute. Okay. Now we're going to go on this last stencil, stencil 3, which again, don't have to do. Looks great just with the 1 layer, but I wanted to see what all 3 look like at once. And this is so easy to line up. Even there are registration marks on all 4 corners if you like to use those, but I'm just eyeballing it and having no problem. All right, and this is Cherry. We're gonna go dark as I can make this red be. Oh, that's a good idea. A digital gift card and write the code for sure. That would be totally an awesome solution. I love that. I just love that idea in general. What a fun reveal. That's where the gift is, and in the Nutcracker mouth. So fun. Very clever. I wonder if I even have a gift card around here. I try to put it in. I'm going to give it a think, and I'm going to see if I can figure out how to make it work, because I think that's such a brilliant idea, and I think people would love to know if they could do that. So I will try to math that out and see if I can't make it work. I think there is a strong chance that it will work without too much fuss. I think that looks pretty good. Take these out of the way. Let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Let me hold it up so you guys can see. Pull this tape off here. Look at these candy canes. How fun is that? Let's see, focus, focus. So cute. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, let's keep it simple and finish a sentiment with the Candy Cane Season die, which I did have it out. Here it is. And I'm going to show you a way to make it very simple with this die. It is a 2-piece die set, and it does die cut the letters out separately. And you can pop one in, each one in if you want to, but I'm going to show you kind of another way to do it if you don't want to do each letter. You'll have a couple negative pieces that you'll have to glue in, but that's a lot fewer pieces to kind of glue in versus a negative piece. Oh, Rosie said, I just stuck a gift card in its mouth. It works. It's snug, but it works. Oh, thanks, Rosie, for trying. That's exciting. This is a really good idea. It's like we're all like, we got to try it. All right, I'm going to die cut the base. So let me show you the two dies. So you have the base or shadow matte or shadow layer, and then you have the letter or word die part. Well, Rosie, you totally did it. She said, I layered it up by the base 3 times with cardstock. If you use foam tape, it would have plenty of space. See? Cool. Very cool. And that foam tape would totally save you if you don't want to die cut something multiple times. So you definitely use foam tape. Very good solution or alternative. All right. I got to move some things. I got too much stuff on my desk here. I gotta put some things down on the ground. All right. Ooh. Okay. So let's die cut the base out first. Actually, the base is going to be red, but we're going to cut the base out of not only the pink, but the red. And you'll see where I'm going in just a minute. It'll make more sense when I put it together. So again, this is the base. Let's grab red. I thought I pulled red out. Guess I didn't. Okay, we're going to use this a gorgeous poppy color. I'm obsessed. Again, we're going to cut the base out of this. Gonna pop that out. Okay, so now we have these two bases. This is actually what I want. I want the letters to look red, but I want the background to actually look pink. So since I want the letters to be red, and this is actually kind of a 2-for-1 because when I'm done cutting this, I'll have all the letters cut out of pink. Now I'm going to take the detail die, the one that actually cuts the individual letters out, and place it on top of that base, or that shadow layer. Oops, I just see a little negative piece I got to pop out. So line that up. I am going to use some tape to hold it in place. And of course, you don't have to do it this way. I like the way this looks, and it's kind of saves me some time, but I don't always do it this way. This is just wanted to show you this option, you know. And like I said, it's kind of a 2-for-1. Okay. Oops. Popped off. Okay. Now it is delicate. So I'm going to carefully peel back. What I want is the, I don't want the letters. I want the frame. Let's see if I can carefully pull this off. And it did cut the letters out. They're all stuck here. I am going to need that negative piece inside the O. We will use him. And those negative pieces in the A. The rest of this can go away. All right. Almost got the tape off. And we can put this together. I'm gonna grab my scrap cardstock I had earlier. Guess not, I don't know where it went. We can use this. All right, and let's pop out the letters. Oops, he's a little stuck. How come are you stuck? Why are you stuck? Here we go. Okay, there we go. So we have this very fine layer, and I do have all these letters, and I could just have done it like the way that's intended and just glue the letters down onto the base, which is very easy to do because they're very, the outline is pretty tight to the letters, so it's not too hard to figure out where every letter goes at all. Actually, it's not hard at all. Pop all of the negative pieces out. It's very easy to figure out. Okay, that N goes here. And of course, that looks super extra. He goes up here. It just looks so cute when they're all popped in there. But I'm going to do it this way. A little different. Grab my liquid glue. Place little dabs of glue back there. And he is coming out fast, so I'm definitely going to have to do my tap off technique for excess glue. I should do what Laura Fedora does, which she does like a spray adhesive. This would be perfect for that. But I don't have a really good setup to keep that in my house all the time. It just gets everywhere. Works so good for sticking them down, but it's messy. All right. Tap off the excess here. I'll stick it down onto this. And I actually saw, we have it. I can't believe I didn't say it till, I just realized I didn't say it till now. But we do have an Instagram hop today where there's a bunch of other cards, more cards than what I shared in this live. So definitely check that out. And there's a chance to win a gift certificate if you leave comments along the hop. So as you look at the projects shared along the hop, be sure to drop a comment in there for the creators. And one of the cards I saw, Carly made. She's so amazing, so creative and beautiful, clean and simple design as well. She took this die and made a shaker. She kind of die cut the window with the base layer, the shadow matte layer, and then put some beautiful sequins behind it. Finished it off with the letters on the top of the acetate for her window. It was so cute. There we go. And I have these little negative spaces here in the O and the A and the D. So I just can glue those in now if I want. And I do. We'll start with the O. There's the D. Here we go. We'll start with him. I've been very messy with the glue today. It's coming out a lot faster than I'm used to, but we're cleaning it up. We're making it work. Sort of. Oh, but it's looking so cute. Let's do the O. And where's my glue again? So good. And then I just have the 3 little negatives for the A. Just a tiny dab of glue. And I'm going to use a jewel pick for this. And last one. There he is. Oops. All right, that is done. Look at how fun it looks. So good. Love the colors. Now I'll finish it on the card. And I do have some candy canes to dress it up even more. Where'd those go? I have candy canes from that I made with the candy cane toss-up set. Stamp them. We can kind of use these to decorate if we feel like they look good. Add some here and there. Almost feel like I need some vellum, maybe. But maybe if I pop it up, that's all it needs. Get some foam adhesive. We're going to pop this up. Let's cut it a little bit smaller. It's a little too big. All right, 1, 2. I'm not going to cover this whole thing, just some spots here and there. Oh yeah, that looks so good, all popped up. So cute. Okay, remove that. I feel like I need like one more piece up here at the top. There. Now let's remove the backing. This is my thicker foam tape, and for whatever reason, I have a harder time removing the backing on this. Stick. Okay. I can't get the tape off. 2 more to go. Okay, we did it. That was tricky. Look at how cute. So fun. I don't know if it needs extra candy canes. Does it need it? Yeah, it needs them. Okay. We're going to save time by actually peeling the backing off before we stick the foam adhesive down. It'll be sticky, but it'll be easier to work with. Be faster, I should say. It'll be harder to work with, but faster. There we go. Oh, I love the candy canes. They're fun. They look so fun all popped up. Okay, just a couple more, I think, and then I'm done. Ah! Aw. What were you watching? What reality show? My bad reality show that I watch is Sister Wives. We all have some guilty pleasures, right? Gotta have some. Love Island. Everybody, I'm at work and was watching Love Island, but I missed the memo. Everybody is watching Love Island. It makes me feel like I need to be watching that. Oh, I think I remember this about you, Rachel, that you watch Big Brother. I forgot. I mean, how can you feel ashamed when I'm watching Sister Wives, which has got to be the most boring reality show that ever existed. And yet I've watched 18 seasons of it. I'm done. Okay, I'm calling it done. So cute. I think maybe the only thing I'd do additional thing I'd do is stamp. There we go. Maybe like a sub-sentiment down here would be cute. There are dies that cut that out. So I need to do that real quick. I got to do it real quick. Thanks, Cassie. I can't. I feel like it would look cute, so I feel like I need to do it. Maybe black would be good. I'm going to do it white, but maybe I'll toy around with the black and white one. But we'll do this real quick. I had the black ink out. Where did it go? I see it now. It's hidden. No, it's not fun anymore. Absolutely not. It's become very sad. It's very, they've had some hardships, that family, poor family. All right. Cute. Let's die cut it out with the coordinating dies. Got to show those babies because they're so good. Love a coordinating die for sentiment. Because if I were to stamp this on the card front, which I could do, I just think it would be too busy. I don't think you would see the sentiment very clearly. So having the dies for the sentiments just makes it so much easier for designing your card. You don't have to have it all thought out beforehand, which I never do. Never. Even today, I was like, I'm going to do this. Actually, I was thinking, I'm going to remake this card that I made. And then I was like, no, I want to try 3 stencils. See what that looks like. Thank you, Rachel. All right, finish this up here. Like, how cute is that with that sentiment right there? So cute. We might have to move the candy cane. Fun. Okay, foam. Gotta do foam adhesive. Of course, dimension. All right. Gonna rearrange this one candy cane, and then we are done. Cute. There it is. All done. Love putting that little sentiment there, which is perfect. Wishing you sweetness and all good things this holiday season. So cute. All right, guys, that is it. I'm going to pop back to forward facing. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for our July collection spotlight. We had 4 amazing collections: the Summer by the Shore, Seaside Blooms, Candy Cane Season, which we just created this card with, which is super fun, as well as Crackin Christmas, which was that nutcracker with the interactive big mouth slider die. Definitely check out all of these new products over on the Hero Arts website. These are not subscription products, so these are just one-time purchase kind of things, which are awesome. And the Instagram hop, there's an Instagram hop today. You can go to Instagram, start a Hero Arts, and then you have a list there you can follow along and see even more cards than what I showed you today. There's a lot more cards from the creative team and even some guests. And be sure to leave a comment as you hop along, because there's the giveaway. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. We won't have another live until the Hero Studio release, the August Hero Studio release. If you want a sneak peek of that release, make sure you check out yesterday's Stampin' Craft. At the end of the live, I show you a sneak peek of the August card kit, and it's incredible. And there's some fun things in that kit that I think you might want to check out. Especially if you're not currently a subscriber, this might be the kit you want to subscribe to, because it's a really, really cool one. And that's it. All right. Thank you guys, everybody, so much for joining me. And I hope to see you for our next live, which will be August 2nd, where I show you the whole Hero Studio collection then. But enjoy these 4 new collections now. They're awesome. Definitely check out that Instagram hop and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye, everyone.